So welcome,
Well,
Melanie.
thank you.
So, amazing name. Tell me about it. What is Key Up?
Key Up is a philosophy that anybody can learn, but we work with girls and women from age 12. And Key Up is what you hear and see every time you watch a martial arts movie or you go along to martial arts class. And it's loosely translated to shout, and it comes from your core. So we key up.
What was the motivation behind? Well, first of all, what is Key Up? I mean, is it an initiative for training? Is it, give us some background.
Well, the Key Up session is a session where we want to inspire girls and women to make choices about their personal safety. And we use 5 simple steps: think, yell, run, fight, tell. And those simple steps are easy enough for the girls to remember and for our women to remember. And we want girls and women to move from reactive fear into strong-hearted action.
So how did it start? Tell us about your story.
Okay, well, it started for me when I met a 14-year-old girl who told me an extremely terrible tale and a shocking story about a situation that escalated into an assault. I was very moved by her story because at 14 I too had experienced that powerlessness and that fear. I was a victim of domestic violence and bullying and assault, and I saw that after 20 years not much had changed, and so I really wanted to make a difference. And Key Up sessions came about by using my 13 plus years of martial arts training and my own personal experiences to inspire the girls and to get them thinking about their personal safety.
Well, that's fantastic. And so how has Lane Beachley's grant helped you in this stage of the business?
Well, Lane's support has been phenomenal. I mean, I'm still so excited and so overwhelmed that someone like Lane Beachley believes in what I'm doing. And I think that Lane's support is helping me to bring the Key Up sessions to a much bigger conversation for Australia. I'd love to see Key Up like part of our culture.
Like at schools and
like
everything
schools,
like that. It's not an extracurricular thing.
That's right, as part of our curriculum in schools. And I'd love to see it as part of our culture like it is in Korea and Japan and China.
So tell me what you do in a session. Is it martial arts or what is it?
It's the 5 simple steps of think, yell, run, fight, tell. And then we also use some street smart self-defense techniques and scenarios that the girls can relate to. So that might be a backpack if you're a school student, but for our women we probably use a handbag in your heels.
Okay, and so to use that as a self-defense technique.
As a self-defense technique, that's right.
Okay, fantastic. So can mothers and daughters go to your session, or is it for young girls and then older women? How does that work?
Well, I've worked with one of the corporates that had a really amazing day where women got to bring in their daughters as part of a Women in the Workplace initiative, and I thought that was really effective, and we had a 1-hour session that everybody was really excited by. The Key Up sessions are through the schools, but they also come to your workplace.
Okay, and how long are the sessions?
Well, it depends on the audience and how much they want to learn. So a basic session is around an hour, and like a fire drill with personal safety and self-defense, we feel that you need to continuously keep it up. So we would do an hour to 2 hours once every term for kids and maybe once or twice a year for the women.
And what sort of feedback have you got from especially, the young people that you've been working with?
Well, the girls are really engaged with our self-defense techniques and our scenarios. We use real-life skills and real-life tools.
And do they all have a story to tell? Can they all sort of connect to what you're talking about?
I think everybody has a story to tell, absolutely.
You mentioned briefly before, just earlier on, about your mother's story. Perhaps you'd like to share that with everybody.
Okay, so after the Lane Beachley event, I was sharing with my mum how fantastic the night had been, and my mum, who is probably one of the most courageous women that I've ever met, was sharing with me some of the experiences that she had, not only as a child, but also growing up and as a woman. And I was really struck by how little that I think that women in their 30s and on have an exposure to personal safety and self-defense. They just sort of see what they get in a morning show with some hot mixed martial arts guy or what they read in a magazine. And I'd really like to have that conversation come to the front so that in a real life situation you can access real life tools.
So I guess when people hear martial arts, they think of, Bruce Lee videos and they're thinking, well, how am I going to do that? You know, it seems like a really big barrier. But is it really physically demanding? Is it hard?
No, I want girls to be able to protect themselves as easily as slip, slop, slap.
Okay, so it's using a martial arts principle, but it's very simple techniques. It's not like you have to be incredibly fit.
I think the core principle of all self-defense is that you need to know that you're worth protecting. And instilling that sense of worthiness is relevant whether you're 4, 24, 34 or 84. I think there's so many great martial arts classes out there, and the Key Up session as well. And there's so much to choose from. There's something there for everybody.
And so how can the El Jahuka Women's Network, how can all of the FIRE members support what you're doing? Is there any way that we can keep up to date with what you're doing?
Well, you can support what I'm doing by just being more empowered with your own personal safety. So please go out there, have a look at martial arts classes, get involved with keyupproject.com.au. Talk to your daughters about getting involved with keyupproject.com.au and having them come and experience a session at our schools. We'd love to come to their schools.
So everybody, we're really looking forward to bringing you more information about Key Up and some of the sessions that will be coming in to around where you're living, and also maybe sharing some of your stories about what you've dealt with in your lives. So thank you very much, Melanie.
Thank you. Thanks very much.